Svi, thanks for some time. Appreciate you. First question will go to Rod Beard.
Svi, thanks for taking the time to do this. Just your impressions of that second group and how you guys are starting to get some consistency and gelling together. Seems like you're really getting that together now after the 4 games.
Yeah, we played like 4 games, so every game I feel like we got better and everybody getting used to each other. I mean, it's still a lot of work to do, but I feel like we're getting better. Everybody learning each other. Everybody know everybody's strong, weak sides, and that's why we're getting better.
Is that more a rhythm thing for you? It seems like you're taking fewer dribbles and just catching the ball squared up and ready to shoot as soon as you get it. Is that more a rhythm thing for you now?
I feel that's how it's supposed to be. Whenever you catch the ball, as for me as a good shooter, I feel this is going to be number one option. And they're not close down by the shooter. They close down, but just going to drive and make a play.
Thanks, B.
Next we'll go to Keith Langley.
Hey, Svi, Dwayne has talked since camp started really about cutting down on turnovers, and I think the first half number was 15. It was much better in the second half. What do you attribute the turnover issue to through preseason? I think you guys are averaging a little over 20 a game. Obviously, that's too many for the regular season. But is it just so many new guys coming together and not playing real basketball for so many months in a row? And you think it's something that's going to get ironed out here?
I feel like whatever you say, everything is new guys. We're trying to make some tough passes sometimes, and we're still learning each other. So part of that is that, and we didn't play for like almost a year. I feel like that's another part. But we're learning, we're getting better, and I feel like we're going to get better when the season starts.
Next we'll go to James Edwards.
Hey, Svi, thanks for doing this. Every time we've talked to Dwayne, he hasn't mentioned your shooting. He's actually brought up your improvements on the defensive end. I guess just from you, how do you think you've taken great strides on that end of the floor? And was that a big focus for you these first 4 preseason games?
Yeah, I feel like getting better in it. Just learning the game, being in the NBA this is going to be my 3rd year. So learning every year from the vets and from gaming experience. I feel like you learn from that and you get better.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get you going. First question will go to Justin Rose.
Hey, Coach. Preseason now done. I know you have a couple of days of practice before you guys get to the regular season, but just your anticipation to see how this team can grow from now until halfway until the end of the season.
Well, I think the most important thing for us, Justin, is taking care of the ball. In the second half, we had 5 turnovers. That is the most important thing, is making sure we take care of the ball and give ourselves opportunities and not shoot ourselves. No disrespect to the Wizards, but we shot ourselves in the foot. It wasn't anything they were doing special to stop us, which showed in the second half when we got more attempts. So we got to be smart. Yes, we want to play fast. We want to get the ball across, play at a pace, but not a pace that's going to run to our death. And that's something we're doing right now. And we're not just being smart with the basketball in transition. With 21 turnovers for 25 points, that's not going to win in any league whatsoever. So it's us. We got to make sure we understand it. And I think some of it, we're playing so many guys. And, we'll cut the rotation down starting next week, which doesn't mean that other guys are not going to get the opportunities. But that way we can get a rhythm and take care of the ball.
Next we'll go to Omari.
Hey, Dwayne. Svi had a 3, I believe, in the second quarter where he kind of danced around the screen and then stepped into the shot and hit it. And what does that say just about how much improvement he's had as a ball handler and being able to sort of manipulate the defense compared to last season?
Well, Svi has really grown. He's taken a full step from last year as far as handling the basketball. Again, I thought he played a little bit frenetic. He had some open looks. He hit a couple, but then, take your time, let the game come to you. But he's really improved, not only offensively, but also his defense. He had a couple loose balls he got into. That's where I see his just overall game has grown to the level where, all areas was defense, handling the ball, passing, playing with confidence. All those things have really, really taken a step forward.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go to Keith Langley.
Hey, Dwayne, I noticed you altered the rotation just slightly today, and one of the things you brought Killian back to finish the game. Was it kind of a design to let him
There's
kind of
no.
be on the floor?
I'm gonna stop the rotation stuff. There's nothing. Don't play anything into the rotation. We're just trying to get guys minutes, feel. We brought Jeremy back in to get him some extra minutes. We were going to bring Blake back in to get some conditioning. Please don't try to figure out anything in the rotation. And if you figure it out, let me know, because that would be the first time we've talked about it. But we have an idea, but nothing is in concrete as far as who's coming in for who, when, what, how.
Yeah.
Again, our whole thing is, one is developing the young guys. We got Isaiah in there most of the part of the fourth quarter. Wanted to see what Killian and Derek look like together. So just different looks and different rotations, getting guys minutes and that type of thing. So I wouldn't read very much into that, into the rotation. I think a lot of guys played well in the second half. Once we started taking care of the ball, whatever rotation, whatever group was in there, we played much better defensively and offensively once we started taking care of the ball.
And if another strong game for Josh Jackson, if you had to pick like maybe one guy who's surprised you a little bit this camp, I know you've said all along you thought he had it in him, but is he a guy who maybe is staked a claim to a little bit bigger role?
Well, Josh has really played well on both ends of the floor. Defensively, offensively, he shot the ball well. Again, he's a talented young man. He just needed opportunity. He's going to be a big plus for us this year, and the way he's playing and defensively, he sets the tone for us. And he had 7 rebounds, which is huge for a guard or a wing to go in there and stick his nose in there and get 7 rebounds. And tonight was one of our better rebounding nights. We out-rebounded 51-45, I think it was. So, man, he kind of set the tone with that. He went in, sandwich rebound, was physical. And even with his build, he's a physical kid. And so really, really happy for him and, just a step in the right direction for his career.
We have one follow from Justin Rose.
Yeah, kind of off Keith's point about the rotation, obviously still trying to figure it out. How much more difficult has it been for you guys and your staff just because of the condensed nature of training camp, of preseason games, and all of a sudden we're 4 days away from the season kicking off?
Right. I think if you look around any league, unless you're any young team around the league, a lot of teams are still trying to figure out the rotation. And I've said this, almost every game. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks into the season before, it's established, because guys are still competing. And like Keith said, Josh is taking a step forward. Different guys are coming along. The young guys are still growing. They're going to have growing pains. So there's going to be times where you want to get them out and let them breathe. So our rotation will probably be something that will be in progress the entire first 2-3 weeks of the season. And I wouldn't read anything into somebody has a stake on anything. I think it's going to be something that's evolving and going as we go along.
And last one, we'll go to a follow-up from Rod Beard.
Hey, Dwayne, the lead was 14 late in the third quarter, or the deficit was 14 late in the third quarter. Last game of the preseason, guys can kind of pack it in and just kind of whatever. Does it mean anything that guys still played hard and defensively got after it to try to make that a game toward the end?
That's exactly, we made some bad decisions that didn't execute certain things down the stretch. But the fight, the grit that we showed to get back into the game, because we didn't do it in the first half. I thought we started the second half. But again, it started with our defense first, and then second, Rod, taking care of the ball. We had 5 turnovers the entire second half, and that gave us opportunities to get even if we missed a shot, get our defense set and gave our defense a chance. When you're turning it over and you're getting back in a scramble, you're at a deficit. And so taking care of the ball was huge for us. It helped our defense, and I thought our defense was solid in the second half. First half, it was non-existent. But second half, because we did take care of the ball, we made some stands, which as you're saying, and I agree, says a lot, about our team, our character. And I told them at halftime the second half will be about our character, and they showed it.
Hey, Killian, thanks for joining us.
Hey, how you doing?
First question will go to Rod Beard.
Hey, Killian, after the the last home game, you went out and you shot a little bit more. It just didn't feel like you had the feel of your shot. Are you starting to get that a little bit more, that comfort level is there with your shot?
I mean, just trying to get comfortable, just trying to, get my shot back, get my groove back. And I wasn't satisfied after I think it was the second game against New York. So I feel like I had to come back out there and just get some extra reps.
And with the first group, is that comfort level there as well with just kind of where guys are, where they want the ball, where you need to get them the ball too?
I mean, yeah, we're getting like now just by playing together and playing actual games, we get a better feel for each other. We still got work to do, but we're going the right way.
Appreciate it.
Next, we'll go to Keith Langlois.
Hey, Killian, since the opener, when you had, I think you had 7 turnovers, I don't think you have that many combined in your last 3 and only 1 tonight, even though the team had a bunch. Was it more about first game being a little too amped up maybe, or was it just like adjusting to speed and length of NBA athletes and getting a little bit more familiar?
I mean, the first game was just, me getting back into it. I felt like against New York, I was just doing what the defense wanted me to do. I was just playing in a hurry. And I think I did a better job at just playing at my pace, playing at my rhythm.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Omari Sankofa.
Hey, Killian, that step back jumper and side step jumper has been a big focus for you in preseason. I'm just wondering how that became part of your game and how comfortable do you feel with that step back 3 right now? Obviously, you got a nice one to go in the first half where you picked up the foul with it.
I mean, yeah, it's something I always had. It's something I use, especially if I want to create space quickly. And just something I need to keep improving on and getting more consistent.
All right, next question, we'll go to Ashley Neville.
You're on a team with a lot of veteran players, and I know you probably worked closely with, guys like Derrick Rose. What are some pieces of advice that they might have given you heading into your rookie season?
I mean, just play your game. Like we all here as a team to win. But he always, especially D Rose, he always tells me to play my game, have fun on the court, play hard. That's the advice he's been giving me, especially on the court.
All right, to wrap it up, we'll go to James Edwards.
Hey, Killian, despite the youth on this team, you guys showed the last 2 preseason games. When you guys don't turn the ball over, you can get out and transition and defend. You guys could cause some problems for some teams. Do you think you guys walk away from these final 4 preseason games with a little bit more of an identity, or at least how you guys see you should play, more so than maybe just last week?
I mean, Coach Casey always said it. He wants to be like a hard defensive team. Our focus is really on defense. Like offense, we're gonna get our shots up, but it's really on defense, just playing strong defense, protecting the paint, and just be a team and be tough to play, especially when the other team's playing offense against us.